so excited because I'm here with James Wedmore, who is my personal mentor and coach. I've learned so much from him when it comes to business. So I'm so excited to talk with him today. Many of you heard him on my podcast. You've seen me talking about him on stories. But today, we're talking about something you're actually really passionate about, the thing that you help a lot with.
Yeah, this is something that I'm going to share a model with your audience. And this is something that when we apply this to our business, we more than 3x revenue.
Ooh.
And this is one of the things I get really passionate about because I think a lot of us, when we follow, look up to, emulate those that have what we want, we try our hardest to see what is it that they're doing.
Yeah.
Right? We're like reverse engineering, trying to figure it out. And what I'm going to share with you guys today is something that you can try as hard as you want to figure out, and model what these top influencers, personal brands are doing. But this is something that is what I like to say is beneath the surface. It's like an iceberg. Like you can see what's above the surface in the iceberg, but we rarely tend to see what's happening beneath the surface.
Ooh. Okay, so stand by Instagram. So I'm going to put it on Facebook Live too, but I wanted to make sure you were aware of what was happening, and then we have some good information coming, so stand by.
Stand by.
Stand by. You get to hear the intro again on Facebook. What's up, Facebook? How are you? Hey, look who I've got here today. This is James Wedmore, who many of you have seen me talking about on my stories a lot lately. And the reason is he's my personal mentor and coach, and I always learn so much from him. And I was so excited to have him here today talking with you about how, you say it better than me.
Yeah, you're doing great. You're doing great. No, it's awesome. Yeah, I want to share a model that really, it first helped me. It helped me in my business. We're able to 3x the size of our revenue as soon as we implemented this model. And I also want to introduce you to our main character of the show, which is the Jamboard behind us, which is going to help us to demonstrate this model in action. And like we were saying before, I think so many of us, when we see someone who has the business or the life that we want, we get so enamored, we follow these Instagram influencers and stuff, and we start to try and reverse engineer what are they doing? What is it that they figured out that we haven't? We try and see and copy them in some ways, in a good way. And what I'm about to share with you is a thing that I see today's multiple 6, 7-figure, even some of the 8-figure entrepreneurs are doing this. And you can look as hard as you want on their website. You can read every post on Instagram, and you're not going to find what it is they're doing, because this is something that happens beneath the surface. It's something that happens behind the scenes, and we're going to reveal it here today. And I think it's going to make a massive difference. For somebody who's even just starting out, this is going to blow your mind. And even for those that already have an established business, you've been at this for some time, creating this, putting this piece into your business is a game changer. It was for me. It is for our clients. And if you're listening closely, it can be a game changer.
And by the way, this is not woo-woo fluff, because there's so many times that we hear teaching or marketing that it's a lot of woo-woo and fluff and a lot of concepts and ideas. Yeah. But what you teach, it's so strategic, and anyone can follow it. Yeah. Anyone with passion and that decides they want to do it can truly follow it.
Absolutely. Also, for somebody who's just getting started, look, you want to have a business, you want to grow an online business, you don't actually have a business until someone pays you money.
Oh, that's a good point. Because a lot of people say they're an entrepreneur.
Right, and you can spend 6 months building a fancy schmancy website, your logo, your business card, your About Me page, your business plan. Yeah. That's what I did. I spent years getting ready to start a business, and actually was under the delusion that I actually had a business. No, I was getting ready to start, but I was still on the sidelines. And so what we're talking about today is actual on the playing field, doing the work, getting sales, and that's what I want to help.
By the way, I have to interrupt that for 1 second, because he said that he spent a long time getting ready to get ready, and that's how I would describe my husband. I was the opposite. I was like the ready.
Calling you out here.
Well, it's because they're both a situation that doesn't really work. Like, I was the opposite. I'm going to create it. I have an idea right now. Let's go. Let's go. And then there's no system or process behind it, and that doesn't work either.
Right. Yeah. So, it's kind of a healthy blend of both, I guess. And, but I was the one that was overthinking, overanalyzing. And overthinking, my friends, is the art of creating problems that don't exist. So you can overthink on the sidelines and come up with all the ways why it won't work, can't work, now's not the right time, I don't have enough resources, I don't have enough know-how, or we can just get going. And this is going to give anyone a plan for that next step, that next level of success.
I love it. So who should be listening to this right now?
Because
if they're following me right now, not only we follow you for fitness and nutrition.
So I'm going to start with a very general answer, and don't let the generalness fool you. But anyone who has or wants to have an online type of business, that's the number one. So it's like you want to be starting generating money online. I'm going to be going back and forth with you.
Yeah, that's
Is that
good.
what you're doing?
That's what I'm doing.
It's like, who do I look at?
But
Who
we
do I
see
look at?
ourselves on
You
Facebook.
do.
We do not see
Yes.
ourselves on Instagram.
So if you want to, I'm doing this for 12 years, and I've sold just about like every different type of model, from software to events, group coaching, one-on-one coaching, membership sites, online courses, masterminds, retreats, workshops, live events, like you name it, I've done it all. And for me, like I look at the opportunity, the time in our lives right now, and it's so exciting. Forbes just released an article, and they're predicting by the year 2025, the e-learning market is predicted to hit $325 billion.
Wow.
That's with a capital B, $1 billion in annual revenue. $325 billion. Like, here's $1 million, and by the way, there's 1,700 millionaires being created every single day in the U.S. Like,
1,700 a
what?
day?
I'm like, I don't believe that. And then I had to Google it, and sure enough, it's right there on the first page. You can go Google that. So we're living in a time of more abundance, more opportunity, more possibility than ever before, and it is happening on the internet. And again, it's not about being an opportunity seeker, but it is about this, that you have the lowest barrier of entry to be able to get paid to help people. And that's really who this is for. The person that has the desire to help people in any way, whether it's teaching, coaching, creating communities, online, offline, whatever. The internet is our tool, the internet is our friend. We gotta learn how to use it the right way. And what this is basically a pay model that I'm gonna show you, how to get paid. And it can be today. People are like, how long is this gonna take? And it's like, it's how willing are you to get started today? Are you gonna be like a Natalie Jill, like a quick start? Like, I can start going today, and you really can. Because until you get paid, you don't really have a business. And that's a really tough pill, I know, for some to swallow.
No, I'm glad you're saying that, because so many people talk about their idea or their business, but like you said, they're not actually getting paid.
I'll never forget this time I was working at Starbucks. I don't know if you like to work at coffee shops or
I didn't know you worked at one. I worked.
Well, now we have an office, so like I pay for this place every month. I should work here. But I remember listening and eavesdropping on a conversation for 2 hours while people debated the titles and the design of their business cards. And I was like, wow, imagine what they could have been doing with those 2 hours.
Yeah.
If they were actually doing things that were revenue generating activities. And that's what I help people with is rapid growth in their business by focusing on the 5% activities that actually produce revenue. It's very easy for people to get overwhelmed in business. There's so many things I should be doing, and overwhelm is this idea where you have a longer to-do list than you have time.
Yeah.
And so I like to make things simple for people, and so I'm just gonna come
And
up
I
with
love that. I know my audience. I know a lot of them talk about that to-do list anyway. So they have this big gigantic list of things they think they have to do. So.
Yes, they do, and we can talk about that too. But out of that entire to-do list, there's just 5% activities, 5% of things that are actually going to grow your business.
Okay.
And it's our jobs, our responsibilities every single day to identify what those things are. Now, the bad news about that is those 5% activities exist outside our comfort zones. So they're the uncomfortable, vulnerable, exposing things that they really make us feel like, holy crap, right? You just resist it like you wouldn't believe. But that's where all the magic happens. That's why you hear those cliche quotes like, magic begins outside your comfort zone. Well, the money happens outside your comfort zone. So that's really exciting. But for anybody who's feeling overwhelmed, no matter where you are in business, I feel overwhelmed all the time. And this thing really helps me. Business is simple. It's two things we want to focus on. Attract your audience and sell them what they want. My Jamboard's a little wonky. Two things. It's as simple as that. And it's backwards here, so I don't know.
Okay,
but
so we have to be
is it backwards when they see it or only when we see it?
I think so. We're going to have to practice reading backwards. Sorry, guys.
Yeah. So
or you should practice writing backwards.
Thanks, Brooke. I'll write backwards. I can totally try and do
Don't
that.
put it on the audience, man.
I can do it. No, that's not. Okay. All right. Attract your audience, attract your tribe, and sell them what they want. That is it. And we can make business more complicated if we want.
Yeah.
But why would you want to?
But I think so many people do it backwards. Now, like they have an idea, they want to do it, but they don't necessarily have an audience that wants that.
Bingo. Most people are saying, what is the business that I want? What do I want to sell? What do I want to do? And the thing is no audience that has money and wants to spend it is saying, can I give money to somebody that wants to do what they want to do? No, they're sitting there saying, who can solve my problem? So it's the people who are selling, the people who are getting paid, who have a successful business, know the truth that you are there to solve problems and fulfill on a need that's pre-existing in the marketplace. So if you're not asking yourself that question, what does this group of people already want? you're swimming upstream instead of going downstream. So going downstream is always a lot easier, right?
Yeah.
A lot easier. So that's always a very basic principle to start with. Whenever you're feeling overwhelmed, it's like, wait a second, it's my job today to either focus on attracting my audience, whether that's Instagram or a Facebook group or doing a Facebook Live today or whatever it is, podcast, right? You attracted a whole new audience with your podcast.
Yeah.
So attract your audience, sell them what they want, what they already want. Hey, what problems do you already have? Here's a quick tip. So we started a Facebook group called the Rise of the Digital CEO, and I asked a really fun question there. I said, if you had a business genie in a lamp, and you could do one wish with that genie, you could ask for one wish, what would that wish be? People started sharing what their business wish would be. Oh, there's something I could sell them, there's something I could sell them, it's something they already want as a problem solved. And most people are not asking those questions to their audience, and they're not listening. They're saying, what do I want to sell? What do I want to do? Instead of saying, what does my customer want?
Yeah. And actually, case in point today, right now, here today,
Yeah.
like I want to sell fat loss, aging in reverse and stuff, but I have a lot of people in my audience saying, hey, how did you grow this business? How did you do that?
Yeah.
So I'm doing an example of this right now.
Yeah,
like,
no,
I'm
it's
going
very
to show
good.
them what they want.
Yes.
Yeah.
So those who listen tend to, there's like a direct correlation with your ability to listen to your audience and how much your business grows.
Yeah.
And so are you doing that? Are you listening? So what I want to introduce people to is this, I'm going to erase this. And again, it's going to be backwards, guys. I apologize. It's just the nature of how we do this.
It's good on Instagram, so.
Oh,
good.
it works on Instagram, it's not Facebook.
And I always hope I spell ascension right. But this is what we call the ascension model.
Okay.
And this is one of those things that's universal no matter what business you're in and no matter what stage in business you're in. And so if you're thinking like, I'm already like crushing it, I'm already at 6 figures or maybe 7, I don't need this, think again, because this is the thing that took us from 7 to multiple 7 figures. And this is things that when we have somebody who's just like, I've got an idea, they get started and they run with this. So if you're ready, I'd love to talk about
let's go.
Okay, so the ascension model really starts with a very simple premise and function called LTV. Now, LTV is a business term abbreviated for lifetime customer value. And basically what we're going to introduce you to is this strategy for increasing lifetime customer value in your business, because it's the businesses with the highest lifetime customer value that win every single time. In other words, what does that mean? That's a customer coming back to you again and again. How do you turn a one-time customer to a lifetime client? There are all these studies and stuff that are done that say that it's up to 10 times easier and cheaper to attract and get a yes from an existing customer than it is to go out and acquire new ones. And so somebody who's even been in business for a week, how much of your time and effort is saying, where do I get more people? How do I reach more people? Where do I blah, 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 blah. And it's like, stop. What about the people that you already have?
Yeah.
And how can we turn them into a one-time client, from a one-time client to a lifetime customer? That's how we were able to massively explode our business. So this is about creating a product path. Because your customers, even your future audience, let's say you have an Instagram account of 500 people, they're all different, they're all unique, they have different needs, likes, and preferences. So to be able to create a suite of products for each and every one of them massively opens up opportunities. So I want to show you guys exactly what this looks like. We're going to start at the bottom. And what I like to start here at the bottom is what we call, for some reason the eraser is going too, platform. Now, your platform is like your free product, okay? Your free offer. Now, for Natalie, it went from, you've used Instagram, you've used Pinterest, podcast. These are places in which people have come to find
all
you.
Social media.
It's attracted your audience.
Yeah.
It's established you as an authority, credibility. You've built a relationship with people, and there's usually been an offer here, right? Maybe it's a free ebook or an opt-in. Do you have an opt-in or anything?
I have lots of opt-ins.
On the podcast specifically?
It changes.
Depending on the episode, right? Perfect. So we're building our audience. We're giving out goodwill. We're starting here. And so there's a lot of people. You don't need to start here, but there's a lot of people saying, how do I get more people? How do I get more people? Well, it's this phase, okay? This is where I like to focus on what are the questions that I can answer? What's the value? What's the content that I could give out for free? Today we have a podcast ourselves. It's 3.3 million downloads It's our biggest audience building source in our business. So that's the free offer. From here, we move up to your first paid offer.
Okay.
And I only say first because we're going to go from the bottom up, and then I'm going to show you how to go from the top down. So this is what we would call the DIY course. So creating some sort of online course or a membership where you're transferring content, teaching, videos, training.
And for those of you that have followed me since the beginning, you saw me do it with my ebooks initially.
Yeah, so you started with ebooks. That'd be the perfect place. It's like,
the
hey,
jumpstart. Many of you have my jumpstart.
All the stuff, all the workouts, the nutrition guides, everything, and I put it in one place, and it's X amount of dollars, right? And it's like you're on your own. Do it yourself, DIY course, right? Now this could be membership, this could be a course, and price points vary. But this is going to be your most scalable offer. And what I mean by scalable is this is the thing you create once. Like you created that ebook once, and then how many people bought it?
A lot of them. Over 100,000.
Yeah, 100 people, 1,000. Okay, so think about that. Think about if Natalie Joe's like, hey, I'm going to do personal training one-on-one.
I just looked at Brooks, by the way.
Yeah. He's got the
numbers. I literally looked at my husband like,
how
many did we sell?
A lot, like 5 or 6.
100,000. Yeah.
Numbers guy behind the camera.
So you guys know this and this is logical, but like we got to say it anyways. You create something once, you get it into the hands of 100,000 people. Imagine for a moment if Natalie Joe's like, I'm going to do 100,000 personal training sessions.
That would never happen.
That would never happen because there's not enough hours in the day and there's not enough energy that you would possibly have. But you created that once, and then no matter if 10 people bought it or 10 million people bought it, it's the same amount of effort and energy.
Exactly.
That's what we call leverage. That's what we call scalability. And if you're not looking at ways in which you can create that scalability, that leverage in your business, what you're going to do is you're going to hit a ceiling really fast. You're going to hit this growth ceiling where you will hit a point. I was there. I'm sure you've had experiences like this yourself, where people want to give you money and you literally can't because you're like, there's no more time, there's no more me. And so if you're not thinking ways now to create this leverage scalability in your business, you're going to hit that ceiling and you're going to burn the heck out.
Yes.
I've been there. I don't want anybody else here. So DIY course. Now the next level up, this is something that's like, how do we teach this like A to Z thing? Like how to lose those last stubborn 20 pounds or whatever, right? I'm going to take you from A to Z in a do-it-yourself course. Then what happens is you have people that are like, I need more help. I need more support. And so what we bring in here is something that we just like to call some form of virtual group coaching.
Yeah.
Group coaching is basically this.
Like you guys did it with my full body reset. If you guys, for them that followed me, like my full body reset was that with the group coaching element.
And so you know that when you get people on live, you answer their questions and you coach them, that they're going to get from A to Z faster.
Yes.
And as we go up here, the price went up as well.
Right, exactly.
Right? So higher perceived value, charging more money, but you probably didn't have 100,000 people go through this one.
No, we have not.
So
Not yet.
it's not as scalable, not as many people go through it.
Not yet, James.
But not yet. I love it. But the price has gone up.
Yes.
Perfect. Now from a group coaching, notice what's happening here. The value to the customer is going up.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah, it's more personal.
And
it's
the price
more,
is going up. Yeah. Now so then how do we go even more personal? This is going to be anything from retreats, workshops, masterminds, events. I know you guys can't read it, just RWM, it doesn't mean anything. But any type of in-person workshop, retreats, or mastermind.
So for you guys following me, you saw me do it with my VIP weekends, and then you see me in James' mastermind.
Yes.
So it's like the same. So for business, I'm in a mastermind, and then for a lot of you that have followed me, some of you came to my retreats.
Yes.
That was that level.
Yes. And then the final level is whatever you want it to be, but it's the highest price, highest ticket offer that you create. And so I like to just write the word you, because this is the direct access to you. Like how many of you here watching, like it feels like Natalie's kind of in your living room or with you on the go where you are, but like how many of you would kill to be able to be like, can I just like work with you in person for a day, for a weekend, for however long, right? That like the way that Natalie's built her business, she's positioned herself, and this high value offer is like, that's the pinnacle. That's the dream, to be in person working with you one-on-one. And that's how you guys need to start thinking as well. So this can be one-on-one coaching. To be like, hey, I'm going to work with you. We're going to get on the phone every single week.
VIP day.
It could be a VIP day. We offer a VIP day. It could be a done-for-you service. You know, maybe you write for people or you do tech for businesses or something like that. You're like, hey, I'm going to... And by the way, the done-for-you offer is one of the best ways to get started. You're like, hey, I've learned this thing. I know how to do it. I'd like to do it for you. Here's my rates.
Yeah.
People are like, okay, here.
For the record, I don't want to do it for you guys.
Yeah. And she can't do your push-ups for you, right? So there's no done for you weight loss. Yeah.
Right. But then you're going to talk about the opposite direction, which is like my husband. So I want Brooks to come stand up here. Come stand up here.
And then I'm going to...
You can do both. This is Brooks for those of you guys who don't know him. By the way, my friend Shalene, her husband Brett Johnson, sent me a specific message that I need to put my husband in pictures and video more because that makes my ratings go up. My ratings.
And it was only backed by proof of screenshots from like 10 influencers when they had their husbands in. 3 to 10x.
Husbands
increase.
or dogs.
No, it was just husbands.
Or my daughter was sitting there going, what about me? But when my daughter was
husbands
4,
or dogs, just forget
when
about
she
my
was
daughter.
4, but at 12 it's not as exciting.
So you're saying I'm boring?
No.
Just wait, when I'm at the Emmys, I will mention you in my speech.
Oh, snap.
All right, you don't have to say hi. Come say hi.
No.
Okay.
I'll let you have your
I'll let you. Okay, so let's talk about this.
Yeah, so first I think it's worth like checking in to ask if this makes sense to people. I know it makes sense to you. You've heard this before. You already have this in your business.
Let me see what's going on over here.
But I'd love for you guys to let us know, like, are we making
is this
sense?
making sense, you guys? So my iPad stopped some of the comments here. I can only see the very initial ones. But you guys make it. I hope I'll have to go back later and see. Let's see if making sense to you guys.
Check Instagram.
I'll check there.
Because once this does make sense conceptually, people say, you know,
Yes.
there's a big objection that comes up, like, do I gotta create all of this? Only in your mind. Oh, you just gotta map it out in your mind, and I've done this with clients for years, and we can map it out. We can map out your ascension model in a matter of
making
minutes.
sense on Instagram, Facebook comments got stuck for some reason. Great info though. Yep.
Okay, good. So that's the biggest thing I really want people to get. This isn't about, okay, spend the next 6 months creating 5 different products.
You're telling me to flip the phone so the writing will be even. So I'm gonna flip it while here. It's an
Oh, yeah,
iPad.
yeah.
You guys are so smart. Let me try to flip it.
But then we
That
can't
works.
see ourselves.
Right, but I can see you. So let's see. If
But
that
you have
works.
to.
Whoops. Oh, I gotta flip the actual thing. That's like.
Yep.
How do I flip it? No,
I'm gonna change the color here.
that won't work. Going back to the original thing.
Wait, it didn't work?
Okay, yeah, it
You
didn't flip.
can't flip it, I guess, once it's already on.
Yeah, can't flip once it's
No,
on.
yeah, you do. You're right here. Flip it.
How smart you are. That's why I'm in your mastermind.
Yeah, that right there.
There we go. There we go. Now the writing will make sense. There we go.
Okay. So the first thing is that once you understand this as a concept, the goal is not to go spend a year of your life creating all of this. It took me 3 years to build out our ascension model and implement it in our business. This is a long-term plan. But when you see all of them on paper for yourself, you get to know where to start. And that becomes the next question, which is like, so where do I start? And where I recommend is the person that's just getting started, the person with a small audience that hasn't been around for a long time. Like, I've been doing this for 12 years, so...
This is perfect. Brooks has like 3 YouTube views right now. He has 3, so you have...
You just love holding that over his head, don't you?
So here's it, like, I helped build this with Natalie over 8 years.
Yeah.
But, you know, I stayed in hiding, so she has 3 million social media followers, and I have like
They were
2,000.
really trying to follow you.
And I have like 2,000. So now I'm starting, and this is what we're gonna go through. I'm starting the other way because I don't have a platform.
But the reason I pointed that out, because for somebody listening that's like, well, I don't have the numbers, I don't have that, what I want to share is Brooks is building this without having those initial numbers, for sure.
Mom, cheat
Totally.
out more because you're back
So-
facing. I should cheat out more.
Where-
No, Mom, you're like this to the camera. You need to cheat out more.
My daughter's coaching me on video right
It's-
now.
Yeah,
Okay,
because I
gotta
did
stand this way.
theater, so
Okay,
I know.
I know.
You
Yeah.
don't want your back
I'm
to
gonna
the
stand-
audience.
I'll stand and talk
no,
to
not.
I love this. This is so much fun for me. So if we're just starting out, it's strategically makes best business sense to me to start here
Yeah.
and go down. And the reason is that when you look at this model, and I'm going to go right over here. The price you charge goes up as we go up, but the scalability goes towards this direction. And so you'll make revenue faster here, going here, but we want to move towards this direction.
Because this is higher price, but you can't scale yourself.
Bingo.
But this is lower price, but you can scale it.
Yeah.
But if you don't have an audience, if you have 10 followers, if all 10 bought your low price thing, you still don't have enough money to eat.
Right.
Yes. So here's exactly how this
Okay.
can look. You can sit here and say, hey, here's a specific person that I'd like to help, a specific type of person. And by the way, every single one of these is about helping one person solve one problem so they can get to one solution. So first, you might be sitting there saying, but who am I to be doing this? I'm not the expert. This is how you become the expert. This is how you become known. I'm here today doing this for 12 years. I didn't have a best-selling book. I didn't have 20 years of experience doing this, a degree, certifications, any of that type of stuff. I just got started helping, and I started helping any person that would listen to me, really. I started with a few free people. I'd go to events, and I'd give tips and shares, and they'd give me a testimonial, and then I would leverage that testimonial and start working with one-on-one clients. And then from that one-on-one clients, here's what we can do that gets really amazing. And I can give a process for how you fill each of these out. I mean, that's what we do, right? But you get a few of these one-on-one. It's who specifically am I going to solve a specific problem for, so I can give them a specific solution.
Yeah.
We can give, but it's like struggling to lose weight. There's the problem. This person struggling to lose weight. Let's get them in the best shape of their life. This is what we're going to coach them through, right?
Yeah, and that's kind of, yours is not weight loss, but like that's exactly what you're doing with yours.
I mean, that's what I've done one-on-one and then group coaching. I think almost these could kind of flip-flop depending on how you're doing it.
Yes, again. Yeah.
Because they're kind of similar, it just depends on your...
Exactly. Yeah. So here's I mean, and that's the other thing is I don't want anyone to overthink. It's like, oh, you have to follow this path or anything. But it's always easy to start here to get these first few clients. What you could do, what anybody could do here, is then say, hey, I'm going to hold an event. It's a 2-day, 3-day workshop. And I'm going to bring 10 people for this thing, a little small workshop. And I'm going to help these 10 people solve this one problem so they get this one solution. And then I'm going to record it. You record this thing.
Oh, that becomes your...
And that becomes your online course. And now you're selling the recordings as your online course.
Very smart.
Right? And then because what most people are doing is they're like, yes, I want a course. I want to create an online course. And what do? They spend 6 months trying to create the perfect product before they realize no one even wanted that product in the first place. When we start here, we're getting paid first.
And without a platform, you can have the best course in the world, but if you don't have
an audience,
it doesn't do any good.
But I would say even having an audience right now, like I would start there in hindsight, knowing what I know now, going there makes more sense.
Well, because it gets the business going. It gets you paying, because what most people are doing is business is going to cost you one of two things: time or money.
Yeah.
Every day. And most people who start a business don't have that much money, and so they give whatever little time they have. So my philosophy is always like, let's get you some money as soon as possible, and you reinvest that money into growing the business.
And for all the perfectionists and all the detail people, because that was me, like this can literally be done in a half an hour. It's really easy.
Yeah.
To get this piece going. You don't need a fancy website. You don't need any of that stuff.
No, and here's a simple, for anybody who's like willing to try this on, like, yeah, I can get a client. I can get someone.
Writing's backward.
I know, I did that on purpose. That's my coach over there. Say hi, Penelope.
Hi.
Can you see that's my video coach right now. I'm trying to do, but if I turn it when they can see the writing, then they can't see both of them. So that's
No,
what's
I
weird,
can
'cause
just
you gotta
stand
find-
behind it. You realize that.
Okay, that's
and
awesome.
Then,
So we'll do that. All right.
flip the camera.
From you. There we go. All right. So you'll stand behind it.
No, you can't see. Okay, let me just fix it.
There you go. There we go. We're on. My daughter's on it.
I love it.
There we go.
So for someone who wanted to really start here and take this on, this can be as simple as like putting a post on Facebook or an Instagram. I've seen clients do this overnight, where you sit there and a post is as simple as this. If you're someone who is struggling with this and would like to experience this, 3 magic words that can change anyone's life. I can help.
You.
I can help. Then you give a call to action. Send me a direct message. Send me a private message. Hit me up, leave a comment, let me know if you're interested, and we can chat more.
Yes. I like
And that immediately can turn into
So good.
a client.
So good.
Even if you're like so scared, if you're like the desire to do something like this, like I want to be the next Natalie Jill, but I'm scared out of my britches. Like I'm so nervous and scared. Even if the desire is there, but there's so much fear, you could sit there and say, I'm going to help 3 people for free right now. I'm going to get 3 people the life-changing transformations and results that they want. And because of their stories, I'm going to have the confidence to believe in myself. I'm going to have the proof to back it up that I can help others do the same, and I can focus on getting 3 paid clients. Then I can turn those 3 paid clients into a group coaching program and get my first 10 people in there. 10 turns into 20, and then it grows from there.
That's awesome.
Because my very first client, because I wasn't even ready to do the ask. I just did a post that added value, and people were messaging me, and someone's like asked if I would coach them. So
yes,
that was, I was like, whoa.
And anybody, by the way, Brooks brought up such a great point, because if there's anybody here, you want to start paying attention, because this is what smart entrepreneurs do. If anybody's already asking you for some sort of advice or help, like, hey, I see you're doing this, can I pick your brain? How are you doing this? Can I ask? Can you get on a call with me? That is a massive green flag indicator of literally green money sign opportunity right in front of you. And we got to pay attention to you. Would it help if I mapped out, show how it looks in our business?
Yes, I would love to see that.
Okay, and then I can answer any
and then
questions.
I'm gonna ask all about. I have some questions about your series right now because I'm gonna tell about. But I'm gonna share, you guys. He's got this series out right now. It's I love how you named it BizFlix, by the way.
Yeah, right.
Like Netflix, but BizFlix, where he's. If you like this information from him, this is incredible. Where he goes in a fun way. I've never seen it done this way. Teaches you so much more. And we actually created a URL. If you just go to nataliejillfitness.com /BizFlix, BIZFLIX. You're going to see the whole series on this.
Like Netflix,
but
the net is biz.
Yeah, we had a lot of fun with that. And I'm really going to ask for, when you go and check those out, I want you to pay attention to those thoughts that are going to come up in your head. Like, I'm not ready for this, I'm getting overwhelmed, I'm just getting started. And what we really want to impose, or just like have you consider for a moment, is it's those thought patterns of I'm not ready, which is preventing you from being ready. It's the very thought of saying I'm not there yet, I'm blah 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 there, that's preventing you from being at where you want to be. It's time to just put those aside and stay open to a new way of doing business.
I'm gonna say even the opposite. If you're my mindset, if you're like me, when you're like I don't have time, that's also preventing
Well,
it. Right?
not having time is a symptom of a bigger issue.
Yeah.
I just saw a question, and I think you should.
What's the question?
It says, "Does also having merch help?"
Yeah.
Oh.
We're gonna have merch at our live event this year.
So yes, having
a whole line of merchandise. Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. And just like the opportunities today, you can get like hats and T-shirts printed and coffee mugs.
Most common stuff that people get are hoodies, so that does help.
Come over here, Penelope, a second. This is Penelope, by the way. If you're the type of person who, what was the thing? If you're the type of person who has, what's the problem they have? That's cold at night? I don't know. What do you
Huh?
Your head gets cold at night. You need a hoodie.
She says if you do merch, that you must do hoodies.
Well, yeah, because like Ethan and Grayson, they have hoodies. Like Emma has hoodies. Like everything I own is like there's my hoodies like right over there. Like hoodies are the main thing that sells.
So create a hoodie.
I have like 20 hoodies.
Yeah.
I have more than that.
Thank you.
And so, it's still with summer in Southern California. We still have hoodies.
Still wear hoodies all the
I
time.
keep one in the back of every car.
Yeah.
In the summer, because you never know when you can use a good hoodie.
Yeah.
Sitting right
I
there
have
on
no
my desk.
hoodies. I'm gonna have to get one now.
So yeah, especially the like I don't have the time, because that used to be me. Look, we all have the same amount of hours in a day, and so really it's a choice where we choose to put our time. So it's not a matter of how much time you have or don't have. It's a matter of, am I going to make the time for the things that are going to grow my business?
And it's part of why you created it in a series that you can binge watch. Because the same person who doesn't have time like me will binge watch a Netflix series. So
right. Way to admit that on a Facebook Live. Yeah,
seriously,
like, Stranger Things, great.
Yeah.
I love Stranger
And then I just also
Oh my
speak
gosh,
to like,
another
even
show.
having gone through this whole process for 8 years, like with Natalie, and like I knew all this stuff, I get all those belief sets and the like, now that I stepped out and it's like, great, like I don't have any of these things, and then the doubt, who's gonna listen to me? So all that stuff's coming, but you're just starting here and just taking those actions, because that's I know it's been years since these guys have probably been in that place, but
It's easier today. We've
Yeah.
been doing something for 12 years,
Yeah.
but you know, we all started at zero.
Mhm.
But the difference between those that are at the place that you want to be and not are those that got there started.
Yeah. Will you explain your model that you
Yeah,
have to?
yeah. So how this
then-
looks in our business last year, you know, very grateful. We've been in business a very long time. We did over $8 million in revenue, and I'm a big fan of simplicity. Simplicity and efficiency is what I believe has allowed us to scale and help a lot of people.
I'm just reading the questions.
So my business model looks like this. We have a podcast called the Mind Your Business Podcast. Today it's about 3.4 million downloads. So it gets a lot of downloads. It's our biggest way that people find us. And it's the biggest way I can create connection with my audience. They get to know me, I get to know them. From there, we offer a program once a year called Business by Design. BBD, that's my signature program. I don't know why it's giving me.
I no longer want this board.
Yeah, I told you,
watching-
it's glitchy, right? It's really
Yeah.
glitchy. From there, we offer a 12-month coaching program where we work with our clients, and we have a series of coaches that have been trained with us. And so this is actually a 12-month program. We have live events associated with it, virtual coaching calls. They get a group of coaches. And then we have now, today, 2 12-month masterminds.
It says I was right about the hoodies.
Oh my goodness, look how it's deleting as I write. 2 masterminds that we offer. And then, yeah, I do a VIP day. Work with me. And just the VIP day alone is $15K.
And you see
This
it
board,
like-
I swear.
Yeah.
Look at that.
And people come in at different levels. Like you have people that started here and moved up here, and you have people that came right in here.
Oh, here's what's crazy, is the amount of people that have started here and worked with me, now been for 4 years and come all the way
Wow.
up is unbelievable. And so we don't have a big audience. Like,
Yeah.
I don't have anything near the numbers that you have. And for me, it's not a matter of, and that's a big belief too that people have. It's like, I don't
Yeah.
have the big audience. It's like, who said you need the big
don't.
audience?
And it doesn't mean anything. We were talking before we started that having a big number doesn't result in,
Right.
it doesn't
Well,
translate
today you can Google these articles. Today there are countless Instagram influencers that have millions of followers and they're flat broke. I saw an
Yeah.
article recently of a girl with 2 million followers and she couldn't sell
37 t-shirts. I just saw that.
37
Yeah.
t-shirts.
Yeah.
Not even hoodies. That
Yeah.
maybe that was the problem. She should have sold hoodies,
saw that.
but she couldn't even sell
What
37
about
t-shirts.
YouTubers? Like, do they make
There's a lot of YouTubers. I mean, it's all relative, right? Because there's a lot of YouTubers that are like under 18, so like $500 a month to them is like life-changing money for.
I know.
Her eyes just lit up.
that's where she lives. Is
Yeah.
on
No,
YouTube.
no. I watch 2, well, technically 3, like Dolan Twins and Emma Chamberlain. Like both, like all of them. They went to Paris Fashion Week. They own a bunch of Louis Vuitton, and everyone's like they are, and everyone's like, well, like you don't make money off of YouTube. I'm like, well, look where they are now. Like they're.
Yeah. So with the YouTube model, the first thing is if you turn on your YouTube monetization. I don't know what the exact. It's different for every account, but like roughly it's like what, like a penny per 1,000 views.
I would say with 300,000 subscribers, I barely make anything on that.
You
And
turn
I-
on your monetization.
Yeah, it's
now?
on it.
Like they get like over 1 million views on each video.
On each video.
Yeah.
So when you're in the multi-millions, but that's the small 5% of all of YouTube,
Yeah.
right? So they're making some money, but there's this few smart YouTubers that are really smart because they've created a brand beyond that where they have product placement
sell
deals,
merch.
they sell
They
merchandise,
sell
That's what Emma
sponsorships.
does. That's what
And-
Grayson do. Like they all sponsorships.
But the other thing too is because they've built that influence, that audience, there are brands and companies that will pay them to travel the world,
Totally.
like stay at their hotels, go to their events, create content around their stuff.
Totally.
So, that's the YouTube lifestyle.
No, I love it. So this is awesome. It's super helpful. I hope you guys found this helpful. Tell us about this series that you created
Yeah.
because this is nataliejillfitness.com/. You can also go to BBB /BBB.
BizFlix, just-
BizFlix.
BizFlix.
Sorry.
It's
Natalie-
easy. It's like Netflix, but about business. And it
Natalie
says
Jill
binge watch with me,
Fitness.com.
BizFlix and chill.
BizFlix and
Yeah.
chill. You gotta love
So
that.
nataliejillfitness.com
It needs to be
/BizFlix.
changed to, well, it's like a Stranger Things, but on BizFlix, we like change the name. It
Okay.
needs to be like
Tell us about it.
Instagram things.
Instagram, stranger business things.
Stranger business.
So I think most people here are no stranger to the power of online courses and digital products. It is This phase right here is it's the number one way to create leverage and scalability in any type of business. It's about create something once and get into the hands of thousands. It's what Natalie has done. It's what I've been able to do for 12 years, and it's what I love teaching people how to do. However, what we have today in this industry, despite hearing these statistics like Forbes saying 325 billion predicted for the e-learning market, you have a lot of people that maybe have a course or an ebook or a membership, but most people aren't making any sales. They're not attracting any audience at all. Their Instagram accounts aren't getting engagement. Their funnels are falling flat. Their launches aren't reaching anybody. They maybe have a group but no members, right? Despite this, there are the select few that are quietly crushing it, even with like a small audience, that are building multiple 6- and 7-figure businesses. I've had the privilege and opportunity of working with a lot of these amazing influencers, people that you know and look up to, for several years. And so what we wanted to do is put in an entire series together. It's basically like a course itself that we could sell for $9.97 and just give it away to you for free, without having to pay any money. And what I did is I took a look at what are they doing differently. They have the same tools as you, they're using the same platforms as you, the same social media, the same strategies that you are. Why are they seeing results? What is the difference between the two? And what we came up with is 5 common traits that these successful digital CEOs have. And we put it all down in one series. You could binge watch it in an entire session. It's 8 episodes, but they're really short episodes. They're like 10, 11 minutes each. We've already had people go through the series today. It just came out. People are calling it the best business growth series they have ever seen. So amazing feedback. Their minds are getting blown. I'm so grateful because we put a lot of time and energy into this series, so I'm glad people are liking it. But most importantly, they're getting value from it.
You're about to be Stranger Things.
What's that?
You're going to be Stranger Things. Stranger Things set
You will.
records.
My daughter said he is going to be Stranger Things.
No, beat.
Beat it.
You're gonna beat it.
Yeah.
Because Stranger Things set records on
Hashtag goals. You know.
Hashtag goals. I love it. Is there any, I'm gonna see if there's any last minute questions for James.
Oh yeah.
Brooks, do you see any questions on there, Brooks? Let's see. No, people are liking it. Good sense. You guys gonna watch it? Or are you gonna watch the BizFlix series? That's what me and Brooks will be doing tonight.
Just pin.
Let's see. Brooks, any questions on your end on there?
Looking. No.
Let's comment, ask questions, then pin it.
Let's see. Everyone loves the hoodie idea. That's awesome. Are you guys gonna watch it?
I'm so good.
Awesome. All right.
Especially if you make them
Thanks,
soft
Instagram.
on the inside.
Thanks, Facebook.
If you make
Thanks, guys.
extra large hoodies, you best believe teen girls are gonna come running to them.